Happy Wednesday. It's a beautiful day to be alive. This morning on our weather calendar, I get this cool system on my browser opening page, whatever, and called Weather Blink. And anyway, it gives you all sorts of information, and it's pretty accurate for around here. And anyway, it's showing 10 straight days with zero precipitation and sun shining. Now, we haven't seen that all year, but more importantly, we haven't seen it since last, maybe October was the last time we had any stretch of time without rain. Yeah, hoo-hoo. Sunny days are coming. Like that. So this morning I wanted to give a little shout out to someone I consider a very dear friend at this point, Rosalind Hanson, because she's been such a consistent support and cheerleader for me and for everybody. She's really wise and is really experienced and has great videos and does also just a loving support that just is seamless, endless. And I thank you and I love you. So I just wanted to give you a shout out big time. So I was also out there thinking this morning on my walk. I have another friend who goes under Magna 11,000, and she's on my YouTube friends, and but we're also Facebook friends. But anyway, yesterday I found her under attack for posting something about flat Earth um, on her page. It's her page. Good Lord, you know. And so, the flock of trolls comes zeroing in and starts bashing her. And I mean, really bashing her and, doing all those. Now, these are just techniques. These are by using intimidation, manipulation, putting people in defense mode, put them put them on their heels. These are all just tactics. These are techniques that are used to control people. And that's their only purpose. It's all about control. So when we allow or even entertain engagement with these tactics, we give them exactly what they want. I came up with a quote years ago, actually when I was in Sedona. It was motivated by an artist, by the way. A very good one, too, a painter. But it simply goes like this. Your need for control far exceeds my desire to respond. And I don't. And by doing that, two things happen. One, because they can't control you, it just pisses them off more, and so they get more puffed up. I've seen that over and over and over, and this is where the ego comes in. You look at it. I mean, do these people have a strong ego or do they have a weak ego? Me, I think there's a definitive duality involved, because when you have the need to impose these tactics of manipulation and intimidation in order to control other people's thinking or beliefs or this, that, and the other, it just shows weakness on your part, because what difference does it make? What's so important that you've got to prove somebody wrong? Is your ego that fragile? Is it that weak that you have to validate yourself and what you believe, and beat somebody else up because they have a different belief? What the hell's up with that? Now, see, for a long time, I've gone through this all my life. I mean, I was, my first bonding that I felt really bonded with was as a pacifist, as a hippie in the 60s, and, taking psychedelics and going to festivals. And I really felt a bond. I really felt I was a part of something. And I was learning about karma and dharma and awakening my senses and opening up to a whole different new world of adventure. And then I found an identity in being a chef, and everybody thought that was okay. Yeah, he's a good chef, so we're okay with that. And then, I surrendered that career and become an Amway distributor, and I was successful at that. And I got poo-pooed on a lot. Talk about getting poo-pooed. And so didn't matter. I had a huge peer group, a huge support team. And people were ambitiously enjoying the experience. And I was too. So what the hell? So life goes on, and I'm not my identity based on what I do. And it took me a long time to understand, when people were attacking me, it's like, don't attack my freedoms. The thing is that I'm out of the box, and that pisses a lot of people off. And I do things and believe things and say things and study things that aren't in protocol. They're not in the norm. They don't follow the reasonable logic or the official statement or the mouthpieces, the talking points. They are far from it. You'd never find me carrying a banner down Main Street. That's not my drill. I'd always be somewhere else in the alley or something, looking at magazines. I don't know. But, the thing is, I developed a real fuck you attitude, quite frankly. And I didn't give a shit, what people think. And that's true. I still don't today, but I have a way different approach to it anymore. And it's really, the reasons are stemmed in this. And I can honestly say this. Back in last fall, when I first started studying the flat Earth, I really started looking into it, and I was fascinated by it. And I, questioned a lot. And the more I looked into it, the more I saw there was simple reasoning in all of it, and it made sense to me completely. It hit me in my core, and I realized that I'd been lied to. Now, this pissed me off even more. It wasn't just this. I mean, I'd been lied to about so many things all my life, I realized, but this was like the bottom. This was like, all of a sudden, people that I respected, like Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson, they to me, they were just overpaid actors at this point. And I could see through the veil. And I realized how much I'd been bamboozled, by them and others, and, by education and by the whole system. And I'm okay with it now. See, I surrendered, and Flat Earth helped me do that. Once I got past all of the initiation stages of anger and disbelief and, all that shit, I finally got to surrender. And then along comes urine therapy. So it all transferred up to another level. And so even though I have a very, very strong principle and integrity about all that, and my commitment to what I think is, it's my belief. What do you give a shit what my beliefs are? Why are you getting offended? Why do you need to attack me? What part of go fuck off did you miss? I don't care. I'm not going to fight or debate with anybody about it. I do have a strong confidence about what I am doing, who I am. And if people don't want to listen to it, they don't want to talk to me about it, that's fine. You don't have to. But I also am not going to just have people beat me up, and I'm not going to give them anything to work with there. I've learned how to do that. Just I don't give them anything to work with. So if they want to get more pissed off and this, that, and the other, knock your socks off. It isn't going to rock my world. It's not going to upset my day. I'm not going to become an angry person. That ain't going to happen because it's all just about love. And people they're waiting for something better, waiting for some change, rather than realizing they are the change they're waiting for. It's like, what are you waiting for? Oh, I'm waiting for Godot. There's a long wait involved in that. you know I don't think Godot is coming. I don't think so. But entertain yourselves while you can, in the meantime, with whatever that looks like. But transformation is not it's not easy. It's not, well, it is. It actually, it's pretty simple. It's just not easy. It's just a decision away. It's just a choice we make, and it all depends on our confidence about it and our commitment to it, our decision to be disciplined about it. And they're all relative. And if we fall short of any of these things, who cares? It's our rules. We make them up as we go along. What fucking difference does it make what anybody else is doing, thinking, having, or saying, or being? It doesn't really. And the more we allow that, and the more personal we take it, the more that we assess or assign ourselves the victimhood. We get to be victims. Oh boy, what a fun role that is. Hoo-hoo. So anyway, um, I just want to encourage people, just own it, whatever it is. The urine therapy to me is the shit, it's the piss. It's the real deal. If you don't get it, it's the real deal. And I dig it. I do. I'm totally digging my urine therapy. And I dig the flat earth every day. It's just part of my experience. It's not something I have to go around and prove to anybody or broadcast or anything. I'm a flat earther. And so big deal. What the hell? I got my little car chain, with my flat earth. I got my t-shirt. Ta-da, I'm wearing it today. And so what? you know one thing I can tell you about ET and UT and FE, and all these other uh, ideas is that if it makes you happy, man, enjoy it. For me, it all makes me happy. It just does. And so I don't have any arguments. Sorry, folks. You're not going to get any arguments from me. No bashing. Doesn't happen. So, anyway, um, I have a poem I'm going to finish with. It's another one from my little book here. And this one is entitled The Bus Doesn't Stop. I've used the frame, about waiting for Godot. It's like I put it in that metaphor, like, oh, if you're waiting for the Godot, it doesn't stop here anymore. So anyway, here it is. The bus doesn't stop. Is the world changing faster than you? Where will you land when the spin cycle is through? If you are unwilling to change with the times, you might miss the connection of spirit and mind. The bus doesn't stop if you go astray. Many souls will be lost along the way. Scream if you want to, but you could miss the call. The bus doesn't stop as civilization falls. The more bags you carry of your life in the past is a big beast of burden, and there's no way you can last. Open your senses and get real clear. A key to survival on the new frontier. Yeah, open your senses and get clear. This is why I really do think that urine therapy, breatharianism, fruitarianism, all of these different ideas are healthy ideas. And understanding how we can live on this earth. These are big ideas. They're big. And a lot of people aren't prepared to handle them. But, I salute everybody who does. And any other big ideas, just being open-minded and open-hearted and allowing the love and the sun to flow in and flow through you. Be a part of the consciousness. Be a part of the solution. Don't just be another problem. There's too many of those already. So, anyway, with all that being said, I love everybody. Peace to you all. Boom! Ha ha! You just been loved.